Tonight on WTOP-10 Nightly News, Career Services is helping seniors prepare for the workforce and having some fun in the process.
And the Office of Sustainability was serving up some sweet treats this weekend. Hear more about the annual Arbor Day celebration.
Plus, Oswego athletes are recognized for their hard work, the award ceremony that took place earlier today.
WTOP-10 Nightly News starts now.
Good evening and welcome to WTOP 90 News. I'm Lucas Marquez, tonight's sports anchor. Our top story tonight, student athletes received a number of awards today, recognizing their hard work throughout the season. Some of the most recognized groups included members of the women's lacrosse team, winning a number of awards, including Most Improved Team, and Moment of the Season with their recent win against Cortland, ending an over 40-game win streak. Women's Athlete of the Year was awarded to Lexi Levy, goalie of the women's ice hockey team, who finished the season with 671 saves. Men's Athlete of the Year was awarded to Deacon Judd of the Lakers basketball team. Congratulations to all of our Lakers. That's all for my report. I'll be back later tonight with my full sports report. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Lucas, and welcome to WTOP 10 Nightly News. I'm Piper Kiernan.
And I'm Dominic Ciccarelli.
As the semester comes to a close, graduating seniors are planning for the future. To provide some help during these stressful times, Career Services put on a senior night for students across campus, today in the Lake Effect Cafe.
The event consisted of a resume and cover letter review, free headshots, and job research assistance with aid of employees from Career Services. There was also a raffle giveaway, free lemonade and pizza, and the first 25 students got a free drink voucher. SUNY Oswego's School of Business has appointed Maureen Melville as the Director of Center for Business Excellence and Transformation. The new department is being founded by the National Science Foundation to serve as a catalyst for economic development and transformation business practices. The school has appointed Professor Maureen Melville as the department's director. Melville says that she is honored by the school's decision to appoint her as the director and that she is passionate about helping students find real-world success.
The Math Club is hosting a math competition. The competition will be held tomorrow, April 29th from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. in MCC Room 174. The competition will be students against professors, including questions from math courses 102, 179, 210, 220, and 330. You do not need to know every topic, just answer what you can. The Math Club says this is a great opportunity to review material. This weekend, SUNY Oswego Sustainability Office hosted a pancake breakfast at Rice Creek, serving their homemade maple syrup. Although it rained that day, it was full of brightness.
WTOP-10 reporter Kaya Wheatley has the details on this weekend's event.
Last Saturday, the Office of Sustainability held their annual pancake breakfast to celebrate Arbor Day, a day in which the public are encouraged to plant trees, raising awareness for the appreciation of nature. Barnaby Hurst, the office's biologist, speaks on the event.
Today is the pancake breakfast we put on. It's a part of our broader maple tapping program in which we tap trees on campus for their sap, which we then turn into syrup via boiling process done by members of our office and members of the community. And then as part of that, we take the maple syrup resulting, serve it with pancakes, and give it out to whoever comes for free.
The event also provided a raffle for attendees, a live frog measuring demonstration, thrifting, and even a free coloring book, all in hopes of promoting environmental care at Oswego.
We made about 140 bottles of the 12 and 8 ounces.
Attendees raved about the syrup quality, describing it as light and not super sweet, with one lady saying this.
I had to fight somebody from the bottle.
Here's one student's review of the maple syrup.
Pretty good.
The Office of Sustainability is always looking for new members. If you're looking for a purpose to connect with nature, this would be the place. Kaya Wheatley, WTOP-10.
I can personally say that maple syrup was exceptional, and my coloring book is coming along quite nicely. Now, back to the desk.
Dominic, April showers bring May flowers, but where were these April showers today?
Yeah, Piper, where were these April showers? Well, maybe Storm Team 10 meteorologist Christopher Convis knows. Christopher?
Thanks, guys. Pleasant day, by the way. Gosh, it was no winds, very calm and everything. Great going my classes today. But We will be seeing those showers tomorrow. As you take a look north of us, this is our next playmaker, which it's got my head turning and everything. Very severe storms happening coming our way. We're going to have a warm front coming from the south, bringing this cold front with us in the evening times tomorrow. As you can see, we're in an enhanced risk, a level 3 out of 5 for our region, respecting damaging winds, possible hail, and a few tornadoes. I'll have all of that in my full forecast, but first, back to the desk.
Thank you, Christopher. Oswego County resident Daniel LaRock has pleaded guilty to 3 counts of possession of child pornography. 21-year-old LaRock was convicted of promoting sexual performance by a child in June of last year, and on Friday admitted to possessing and distributing child pornography on multiple social media accounts. LaRock now faces 10 to 20 years in prison for each count and 5 years to life of probation. He must also forfeit any property used for the crimes and register as a sex offender upon release.
Donald Trump is set to ask Congress to dissolve the $300 million budget of the Biological Research Division of the U.S. Geological Survey. The research division is known as the Ecosystems Missions Area and is responsible for studying how ecosystems respond to a variety of stimuli. One of the research vessels threatened by the cuts is the Cahoe, a 70-foot ship stationed at Lake Ontario Biological Station in Oswego. If the cuts go through, the research station would be eliminated.
Still ahead tonight, a major change to the subway system.
Plus, a major blackout in Europe. Find out who was impacted.
All that and more coming up on WTOP-10 Nightly News.
Like action. Romance.
Polly, sister, if you're watching this,
And highbrow humor.
surface is this?
Floor. Minch did not legitimately put his head in the toilet.
There's only one place to turn. Tune in to new episodes of
Oh boy!
Only on WTOP.
Look at the number of disasters in the U.S. Chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
I had to eat a raw egg on Chris's dormitory floor.
I currently don't have any federal pending charges.
You know what you never did? You never walked to Walmart, Chris. That's my co-host. This is for making me eat roast Pop-Tarts. It's showtime, Chris. Come on.
I want to be on the air for that. I got a couple things to say.
No.
Spin the wheel. But you got censorship.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to
Welcome back to WTOP. I'm meteorologist Christopher Convis with your full forecast. Currently right now, we are sitting at 45 degrees and everything with a very slight winds from the west at 4 miles per hour. Looking on to our regional temperatures here, we're seeing some warm temperatures coming our way tomorrow. This is where we'll be getting our humidity tomorrow following those severe storms. As we can see the temperatures the next 12 hours, you can see we're going to be around 54 degrees, reaching all the way up to 70 tomorrow afternoon. And then as you can see the winds for tomorrow, big playmaker as well, we're going to get up to 29 degrees for 29 miles per hour, and then it's going to all clear out by the Wednesday evening. So, weather hazards for tomorrow. Of course, we're going to be getting some moderate rain and everything, some damaging winds as well and everything. we got like a 50% chance for hail and everything, but we can't play out. We could possibly get a tornado or two on the ground, but have your alerts on your phone, notifications on, and please be cautious with your plans tomorrow evening. So, as we take to our future cast, you can see starting off tomorrow, clear skies. We're already up to 65 degrees at 8:30. As we get into 12 o'clock, you can see this is where the warm front is coming in. You see there's a few isolated showers that we're supposed to get and everything, reaching up to maybe, look at that, 80 in Syracuse. Wow, in April. So as we keep on going on, you can see the cold front kind of breaks down. That looks good. The radar kind of is showing us that we're not getting the severe storms at the moment, but weather can happen so quickly, so it's a play-by-hour type deal and everything. So have your notifications ready on your phone. And then it's all going to clear out. We're going to be cooling down with the cold front, 39 Wednesday morning. So tonight, 53 degrees, mostly clear. Tomorrow, 74 with those thunderstorms in the evening, winds at 14 to 16 miles per hour. And as we take on to our 7-day forecast, I got it into alert day tomorrow for Tuesday. Wednesday, perfect, clear skies and everything. Thursday, we're going to have a chance of showers, maybe a possible thunderstorm again Friday into Saturday, but then it clears right back out for Sunday and Monday with temperatures in the mid-50s. That's all for my full forecast. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Christopher. The Metropolitan Transit Authority, or MTA, is changing the New York City subway map. The new map is expected to lay out the system more geometrically and show the routes more boldly and clearly. Overlapping routes will now show one overall route that branches out when a certain subway leads the shared path. For the MTA, this is the first major change to the map since 1979.
The NYPD is investigating after 2 women were assaulted by pro-Israeli counter-protesters during a pro-Palestine rally. Footage showed a police officer trying to protect one of the women as a group of men chase, kick, and throw objects at her. The NYPD are yet to locate both assaulted women, but have urged them to come forward. Pro-Palestine protesters have occurred after Israeli National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir visited New York in recent days.
The Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, have ramped up arrests as of late in Colorado and Florida. Hundreds of people have already been detained.
Outrage has grown in response. Jen Sullivan has more.
Federal officials in Colorado breaking into what authorities describe as an underground nightclub in Colorado Springs early Sunday morning. Law enforcement swarming people as they run out of the building.
What was happening inside was significant drug trafficking, prostitution, crimes of violence. We seized a number of guns in there.
Officials say more than 200 people were inside the nightclub at the time. At least 100 people were detained and taken into ICE custody, accused of being in the U.S. illegally.
Colorado Springs is waking up to a safer community today.
The detainments in Colorado are just the latest sting across the country as President Donald Trump cracks down on illegal immigration. ICE posting these photos of arrests in Florida, where nearly 800 people were taken into custody over the last 4 days, also accused of being in the country illegally. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis commending the arrests, saying Florida is leading the nation in active cooperation with the Trump administration. Meanwhile, pro-immigrant rallies were held in Milwaukee Saturday after a Milwaukee County Circuit judge was arrested by the FBI Friday and charged in federal court for allegedly helping an undocumented immigrant avoid arrest. Immigration is an issue Americans are divided on. A recent CNN poll shows 45% of people say they approve of Trump's handling of immigration, 54% saying they disapprove. I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
The number of people detained is not expected to slow down anytime soon.
Outrage and protests are expected to continue as ICE continues to deport immigrants who may be in America illegally.
A major power outage struck Spain, Portugal, and parts of France earlier today. Both Portugal and Spain have declared a state of emergency since, with chaos ensuing as flights were delayed or canceled and traffic lights shut off. As nightfall hit, power had been gradually restored to pockets of every country involved. The cause of the blackout is still unknown, but Portugal Prime Minister Luis Montenegro claims it did not originate in his country.
A U.S. Navy F-18 Super Hornet fighter jet has been lost at sea after it fell overboard from the USS Harry S. Truman. The aircraft cost over $60 million and fell while being towed on board. All personnel are accounted for, and only one sailor sustained a minor injury. A U.S. official said the initial reports indicate that the USS Truman made a hard turn to evade Houthi fire.
When WTOP-10 Nightly News continues, the issues with air pollution, how you can protect yourself.
And President Trump's tariffs are starting to affect baby gear, why it can't be changed.
Get rid of all the questions.
If only we had someone who could tell us what we should and shouldn't watch.
Well, do we have a show for you?
Who are you?
What are you doing in my bed?
On Be Kind and Rewind, we will go through and review all your favorite movie franchises.
And tell you which ones you should and shouldn't watch from the perspective of normal movie fans. Well, be sure to check out Be Kind and Rewind on WTOP-10.
Welcome back to WTOP-10 Nightly News.
In consumer news, tariffs imposed by President Trump are making strollers and car seats more expensive. The Trump administration has placed high tariffs on imports from China, taxes on all other countries. Retail experts say that the vast majority of children's and baby gear products are manufactured exclusively in China. They also say that these products cannot be produced in the U.S. or any other countries anytime soon. As a result, the prices for the leading brands of strollers have already gone up by hundreds of dollars. Democrats in Congress have called on the Trump administration to exempt baby products from the tariffs.
Global shipping company DHL says it will restart shipments worth more than $800 from businesses to consumers in the U.S. effective immediately. Earlier this month, DHL temporarily suspended those shipments. The company claimed this was due to significant increases in supplies at customs after following the introduction of President Trump's tariffs. DHL now says those regulations have been adjusted after they had had a meeting with U.S. officials.
The Mauna Loa company is recalling some of its nuts. Dark chocolate-covered macadamias are being recalled due to the possible presence of almonds and cashews. This could affect consumers who have allergies to those nuts. The company said the nuts were distributed to several retail stores throughout the country. So far, no allergy reactions have been reported. If you have purchased a bag recently, you could take it back to the store for a full refund. Nearly half of Americans live in an area with a failing grade of air pollution, according to a new report from the American Lung Association. What we breathe can raise the risk of several health problems, and it not only affects your lungs, but also your heart.
In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither has ways to keep your body healthy despite the quality of the air around you.
In the U.S., around 156 million people are living around unhealthy air, according to a new report using the latest air quality data from 2021 to 2023. That's about 25 million more than last year's report.
It appears that unless we make some significant changes or have some significant technological leaps, our air quality is probably headed more for the worse.
Exposure to particle pollution not only affects lungs, the World Health Organization says exposure can also raise risk of health problems like certain cancers, stroke, asthma, preterm births, dementia, depression, and anxiety. There's also a significant impact on your heart, says cardiologist Dr. Andrew Freeman with National Jewish Health.
It creates inflammation. It's associated with atherosclerosis or coronary disease, and it can increase event rates. And so we're starting to really pay attention.
To keep bodies as healthy as possible in poor air quality, Freeman says to change air filters frequently to remove irritants from the air, properly ventilate your living space, monitor ozone levels. You may want to avoid times when they peak. Stay indoors if possible on days when the air quality is poor, especially if you have a chronic heart or lung condition. And he says to prioritize your health.
Exercising, eating mostly plants, sleeping enough, getting rid of stress, connecting with others. We are social beings, and there's significant outcomes data about how that impacts cardiac health.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Dr. Freeman says another facet to this conversation is working together to reduce pollution so that it doesn't affect our health. That includes biking or walking when we can instead of driving to places and being aware of our emissions.
He says eating a more plant-based diet is not only good for your heart, but also the environment.
Guys, stick around because after the break, we'll be back with more Oswego Sports.
Say, President Stanley, whenever there's bad weather, who would you turn to?
I'd turn to Storm Team 10.
No,
right
but you've
here.
got to say it like this. Storm Team 10. Say it with me. Storm Team 10.
Roll it.
Welcome back to WTOP. Now let's go to sports. The Oswego Lakers made history this season in the women's tennis program, and the future continues to be promising. The Lakers managed to reach the SUNYAC finals with only a single match, winning one loss. The final game was against SUNY Newport, which they won with a score of 4-0, without losing a single game in the SUNYAC. Even with the defeat, the three athletes made the ideal team: Isabella Eason, Ivory Borman, and Leah Bell. And I say the future is promising because 5 of the athletes are freshmen and will keep playing for the Lakers. Now going back to Oswego, the Oswego Lakers hosted their annual Oswego Spring Invite and came back with a very good results. Finished 4th as against the other 8 universities, but the one stands out was Michael Douglas, who finished as the individual champion. On the first day, Douglas had a steady round of 77-6 over pair, while on the second day, he carded a solid 7-9 8-over pair. Seasons ending and others beginning. The Lakers had the first scrimmage before the start of the season against the Oneonta Community College Lasers. And it was a victory with a quite emotional scenes. The Lakers opened with a large 3-0 lead in the first period and dominated the first 30 minutes of the game, giving barely any opportunities for the Lasers. In the second period, the Lakers scored 2 goals and almost tied the game, but nobody else was able to score, and the Lakers won their first match by a score of 3-2. Now, we're not going to do highlights today. I'm going to do an explaining analysis. So, it was a great game from Tajay Ellis, number 9. He plays like a pivot, and he uses his strength a lot to score goals and protect the ball. In this video, we have an example of how he uses his strength, and he's fast. So, he goes and almost scores a goal. And on the second one, he tries again going to the score, but he got blocked. And if you see here in the monitor, we have how the team plays. So the team plays with 3 in the back, 3 in the midfield, and 4 in attack. And that helps a lot so the team can get the ball fast after losing. So every time the 3 in the back starts the play, and one of the players go up to help to construct the build. And then one of the 3 players in the midfield also helps one of the 4 players in attack. Tajay Ellis, which is the pivot, he usually come back a little bit more. Tajay Ellis or Ahmed, which is both of the strikers, they usually come back a little bit more, so they help and construct the ball. And when they go to attack, Tajay Ellis also goes to the sides. That was the second goal of the Lakers, was a play with Tajay Ellis going to the side and crossing the ball. So the Lakers usually play like this, so they're fast and use their strength to get the ball quicker after losing. I think that's our report for tonight. We'll be back after the break.
And it could be your last chance to see one occur for 2 decades, as the next time one will be visible over the continental U.S.
He's May 84. Yarrow told police in the hospital that he had pressed the doorbell and waited.
They mix with oxygen and nitrogen and become briefly
What's going on?
Yeah, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Matt, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa.
You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow. Get a close up of that one.
Matthew,
Look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
It's time to rock out. We know the names of the artists who will be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame later this year.
A total of 7 artists are a part of this year's class. Chubby Checker, Cyndi Lauper, Outkast, Soundgarden, The White Stripes, Bad Company, and Joe Cocker.
Artists become eligible for nomination if it has been at least 25 years since they released their first commercial recording.
The ceremony will honor several other artists and bands, including Salt and Peppa and the late Warren Zevon. The induction ceremony will take place in Los Angeles in November. Rock on!
That's our report for tonight, the last Monday night news of the year.
Thank you for watching us. We'll see you soon.
Be sure to stay tuned for the DK Experience.
Have a great night, everyone.